right, it looks like we may have some good news coming into the atmosphere down south into some of the southern states. Anyway, towards Kentucky and Tennessee, this will be an eye opener for all the other big conglomerates out there that are hesitating towards going green. But this will also be a big boost for the younger generation in this area towards at least having hope of a promising future for tomorrow. Please listen.
May have to vote alone to make sure this doesn't happen. At the same time, President Biden's economic agenda faces a high-stakes week here. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi last night telling divided members of her party that she plans to hold a vote this Thursday on the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill, the one that would help build roads and bridges and railways, but to hold off on voting on a larger $3.5 trillion plan that would essentially reshape the way that we take care of young people and the elderly and combat climate. Pelosi acknowledging that the price tag needs to come down, but it's a reversal of her previous plan to do both at once, and it could alienate progressives who don't want their priorities to get shut out. It's a big week here in Washington. Hoda, back to you.
All right, it is indeed. Peter, thank you. Ford is making big news this morning. It started with an exclusive announcement to NBC News. The company announcing it is dramatically ramping up its commitment to electric vehicles, or EVs. NBC's Tom Costello broke that story. Tom, this is a big deal.
It's a big deal because, listen, every automaker out there is spending money on increasing and expanding their battery-powered car fleet. But Ford is spending billions of dollars, building 3 new plants and hiring thousands of workers in 2 states affected by the shrinking coal industry. They're coming up fast. 2021 is shaping up to be the year of big auto EV announcements. This morning, the chairman of Ford, Bill Ford, great-grandson of founder Henry Ford, tells NBC News in a rare exclusive interview the revolution is here and now. Ford's Model T moment for the 21st century.
We're putting our money on it. We're putting shovels in the ground. We're creating the biggest site ever. And importantly, we're also creating a carbon-neutral site.
The automaker placing a very big bet, investing $11 billion to build 3 new factories here in Tennessee and here in Kentucky. Both states struggling to recover from the collapsing coal industry. Ford will hire 11,000 workers to build electric vehicles and the batteries that power them. While Tesla leads the battery revolution, nearly every major automaker is making big promises to go green. This summer, GM promised to end gasoline-powered engines by 2035.
Unwavering commitment to moving to EVs as quickly as possible.
President Biden highlighting the cash back consumers get for buying electric.
Help us reach the goal of half new cars sold in America will be electric by 2030, saving billions of gallons of gasoline.
This is an electric car revolution that we are witnessing right now. It may seem slow, and it may seem like it'll take some time before we see only electric vehicles on the road, but make no mistake, the entire auto industry is going electric.
For Bill Ford, whose other great-grandfather was tire giant Harvey Firestone, the green revolution also brings a new challenge.
People buy the F-150 truck because they want power, they want muscle.
Yeah.
Can this give them the muscle?
Oh boy, there's instant torque, instant power.
It takes off.
It takes off.
How do you convince skeptics, consumers who are skeptical, that they need to go electric?
I actually don't think it'll be that hard once they see what these vehicles can do.
Ford already has 150,000 pre-orders for the electric F-150, while the Michigan State Police just road tested and approved the electric Mustang for police use.
What would your great-grandfather say today about your Model T, your new Model T for the 21st century?
I think he'd say, what took you so long?
Yeah, I love that, because Henry Ford actually worked for Thomas Edison back in the late 19th century, and of course Edison Electric. And in fact, the very first Ford cars started out as an electric or battery-powered model. So this is kind of coming full circle. To be clear, every automaker is going big right now on going green on new battery-powered cars. The question is, how soon will they become every third or fourth car out on the road behind me? Guys, back to you.
Yeah, they see the demand is there. Tom, thank you very much. Great story. Appreciate it.
That's good news. That's good news for the economy. It's good news for the environment. It's good news across the board towards getting these big, bulky, gas-guzzling, drinking automobiles off the road that, in a lot of cases, contribute to the dilapidation of the road structures because of the weight. That's really unnecessary. Around here, they really have to take a lot of extra precautions with the road industry because you got big combines and you got 18-wheelers. It's full of beans and corn, probably, I don't know, 60,000, 80,000 pounds going up and down the roads. So that in and of itself is a strain on the infrastructure around here. Whenever you lighten the loads towards having lighter automobiles out there, not only are you going to diminish the amount of gasoline that you're having to drain from the earth pertaining to crude oil, but you're also helping the environment by not putting carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. You're also helping the infrastructure by not having all that unnecessary weight that's being driven up and down on the roads. Texas is the world's worst whenever it comes to seeing how young kids out there, 16, 17, 18 years old, are driving F-150s or Dodges or whatever. They'll jack them up 8 to 10 inches higher than what the original manufacturer specs are. They put lights all over them. They put big wheels all over them. That diminishes their gas mileage, and they're probably lucky, some of them out there, getting 12 to 14 miles to the gallon, especially around the city. But that's the exchange that they want to do towards looking big and bulky. It costs money for big and bulky. Big and bulky creates problems. This is probably one of the wisest moves that's been made in the history of Kentucky and the history of Tennessee towards allowing for Ford to come down here and build these factories and have a goal, have a target goal of where we're going to be at 5 years from now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now, for the betterment of all of us. Not just the betterment of a few of us, but the betterment for all of us. This is probably some of the most best news that I've heard in 2021 since I've been keeping up with the news and keeping up with different things that's going on. Once more, we end our program. Good luck to all of us. Good luck to each and every one of us. God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless our endeavors towards where we are to go in the future pertaining to all of this. Shalom.